That's so
Hi guys, welcome to Energy Hill. We have an amazing guest here today. In the house is Hope from North Tampa Bay Chamber.
Hello, everybody.
So we're very excited to have her in house today. We're going to be actually doing a talk about what is North Tampa Bay Chamber and the exciting things that are happening, what's going on. We're also going to talk about road shows. I know road shows are awesome. So we're going to talk about that and really have some fun as far as introducing Hope to our audience, but also the audiences out there that watch us that might be not sure, even if you're on road shows, who is Hope and what is North Tampa Bay Chamber all about and how you can get involved. So with that said, I'm gonna get right to the questions.
Get right to it.
Hope, I wanna start off because some people, I know you, but tell us your background. You can even go all the way back and tell us where you're from and how you ended up in Tampa, and then also tell us about the chamber and all the good stuff about that.
Okay, so we don't want to go all the way back.
We can go far back as you want.
You know, I mean, I did grow up thinking I was going to be the, what we call it, the HBIC.
Oh, I like it. Yeah.
You know, because I had 3 younger brothers, and so I always was in charge.
Yes.
So it was always the commander and always the one that made everything happen.
Yeah.
And no one wants to go on vacation with me and my family
Of
just
course.
because of that. But anyway, so no, I started my chamber career in Jackson, Mississippi, right out of college.
I actually didn't know that. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah.
In the basement, and the membership position that they just created for me. I interviewed for an assistant because I just needed a job.
Yeah.
And the sweet man says, "No, I don't think that you'll be very good for an assistant
Really?
position, but wait just a minute."
Look at them now.
I know, right? Well, I still talk to all of them.
Okay.
So it's great. But yeah, so I started in Jackson, Mississippi, right out of college, and then I moved to Pensacola, where I was there for 5 years, and then I've been here now for 8.
Wow.
And so it was in between Tampa and New Orleans, and so really glad I chose Tampa.
I love Tampa.
Love it here. I'm not
know.
going anywhere. I
It's
love
the best.
my chamber and just
know.
everything that we have going on in this North Tampa Bay area.
North Tampa Bay area.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. No, what I love about this North Tampa Bay area is the growth that's happening.
Oh my gosh.
And it's ridiculous.
And it's still happening.
It's still happening. I know.
Yes.
It's like just 54 alone. North Tampa Bay. It is growing so fast that literally developers and builders, they can't keep up with it.
I know.
Talk to me a little bit about what has been some of the big achievements. I know there's a lot, but some of the big achievements that people may or may not be aware of that you've received as a chamber, but also some of your members have also gotten some, hey, wow, this is a huge thing for them. And then wrap it up with growth in the area, new businesses that you say, why aren't people like raving about this?
Yeah, so there's so many layers of what the chamber has experienced over the last 8 years, and I say that because when I came on board, it was a completely different chamber. Yeah. We were a parties, pageants, and parades chamber.
Yep.
Now we're a connector, convener, and a catalyst, and so we had to make that pivot a while back, and so that's my biggest accomplishment professionally. However, we were Chamber of the Year for the entire state of Florida in 2019, which was super exciting. That just was our seal of approval that we had been doing everything right for the last 8 years. What we do as a convener, a connector, and a catalyst is just that, the 3 C's. And we connect, we convene, and we really work with developers on projects. We've done a lot. I was with Gordy from the beginning of the ice rink conception. It actually started with one of our board members saying, "Why don't we build an ice rink in Wesley Chapel?" to what we have here today.
That's crazy.
It's insane.
It's insane. I know.
The Tampa Premium Outlets, it was a dead project, and then it was resurrected. So I've been a part of that and all the growth that's involved with all of those ancillary developments outside of that.
Well, even on the other side of the outlets.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
Restaurant after restaurant, great business after
Yeah.
great business. I mean, we went, I want to say just a couple months ago, and I was shocked. I'm like, wait, there's a pizza place, there's this, Outback, there's all these businesses that I didn't
Aussie
even.
Grill, yes.
It's amazing.
Yes.
I didn't even know, and it's not that I didn't know, I just drive by it. I'm always looking at the outlets, but you look across, you're like, this is crazy, the development that's happened in, is it 2 years, 3 years?
3 years.
I mean, it's like, that's so.
So the Hyatt was the first place, and we as a chamber worked with them as well. they came to see us very early on and asked us what Wesley Chapel was missing. And we said a convention space. They went back to the drawing board and built out the Sierra conference space at the highest. Now, after COVID, they're probably hating me for that recommendation, but you know,
hey,
it's coming back.
It's a V.
We're coming back, and it'll be part of that. But we have so many accomplishments under our belt as an organization. We're a huge advocate for businesses, pro-business legislation, whether that's in Tallahassee or in Washington, D.C. I've walked the halls of Washington, D.C. and represented our community in Hillsborough and in Pasco County on the local level. We're everything, you know, we're at all three stages of government.
And I love that. I think a lot of people don't realize all the behind-the-scenes work that takes place, because it's not just
just the fun.
Local community fun. I love how you say the pageants and the parade. It's not just that. It's so much more from a business standpoint, the value that a business can gain from it. I want to ask you something about it's happened. I love what's happened with it. I think it's the way chambers should be. But tell us about the conception of road shows and where they're at today.
The evolution.
The evolution, because they've
gosh.
evolved, especially when you get hit with something like a pandemic that you can't plan for. But tell me about how that concept came about. I know it deals with the 3 C's, but tell me a little bit more about how that
happened. So funny, when the pandemic happened, we went home. We took the chamber closed. We weren't considered essential business, but we most certainly were very essential. I think I worked for 65 days straight, getting information out there.
We worked from home like crazy too. It's like,
And so it really all started with a stupid Zoom and the ring light, because I was looking at myself on Zoom and I looked so terrible.
The shadows are weird.
Busted. And I'm like, my house wasn't set up for this, and I'm doing international Zoom calls for, you know, other chambers and what's going on. And so it really truly started with the ring light, and it came with a tripod and a little clicker, and I'm like, oh, this is cute, you know, we'll have fun with this. Maybe I'll do Facebook Live when we go back to doing things. Well, I get to the office when we finally are able to go back, and I'm staring at this, and I said, you know what, I'm just going to shoot a video. And we can't network with our members, so let's find out what they're doing and share it. And so I just coined the term, I'm going to take the chamber on the road.
Love it.
And I posted one video that said, if you want us to come to your business and showcase you, give us a call.
That's fantastic.
And so I think I've done close to over 100 of them. I've done 2 today.
That's fantastic.
And they're all on location, and they're all meant to be about the business, not about the chamber. Has nothing to do with the chamber. We're just giving them a platform and our audience and our viewers.
Here's who we are.
Here's who we are. So I've been I went to the brewery yesterday and gave that one's getting a lot of views because everybody's very excited about the what's happening there.
So the idea, I'm going to say, is pretty much out of necessity.
It was most certainly. Certainly out of necessity.
I'm not gonna say I'm a fan. I love it. I crack up. I mean, it's so because, and honestly, I've learned about a lot of local businesses that I didn't even know. Oh, that's what they do. So, tell us about some of the new ones. I know you mentioned the brewery. So, tell us about some of the other finds, the gems that you just like. Where did this happen? And I know there's a lot, and everyone needs to check out the YouTube channel. But what are some of the recent 3 that kind of like, oh man, people need to definitely check this business out? What are 3? I know I'm putting you on the spot.
You are putting me on the spot.
We need to check out all of them.
No, my palms are getting all nervous trying to come up with all of the ones that I really want to. I think the ones that I've had the most fun with have been going into the restaurants. And seeing how they're adapting and pivoting and talking about what they had to do to change things up. And James with Pino's Palette has been one of the funnest people to watch on this, and how he had to change his business model. And that's what I've enjoyed, is just learning what you had to do to change everything up. You know, from law firms to everybody's had to make a change.
Yeah, even outside the medical field. Everyone had to adapt in some way, shape, or form. And that's what I get excited about, the innovation that occurred. That all of a sudden, we don't have really a good takeout order process in place, or we kind of do take order when we get an ask once a month, you know, once a week. Now all of a sudden, 90% of our business is takeout.
That's correct.
How do businesses adapt? And I honestly think it's a good thing I mean, there's always that silver lining, but I do think that there's silver lining there.
There has definitely been, and it's been great to watch the innovation, and it's the necessity is the mother of invention, is where the road shows came from. It's where all of these other people came up with the ways that they've, and I hate the word pivot, but good Lord, it's
new normal pivot.
The
It should be banned.
Pivot is banned.
Yeah.
But they really and truly, I have been so impressed with the business community and those that have opened businesses during COVID.
Yeah, I know.
And some that opened just weeks before, and how they just dug in and
just said, hey, we're going to make it happen.
We're going to make it happen. We're going to do what we have to make it happen. We were able to help them find resources,
That's
whatever
awesome.
those may be. So we were still able to connect. We weren't able to convene. We
Yeah.
are on Zoom, but we're still
That's
able
going to
to
happen. I mean,
connect.
with the health concern, we want to make sure we convene in the right time and play. That all makes sense.
Right.
And what's cool is people are understanding of that. It's
Yeah.
not like, oh, why aren't we meeting? No. Come on. Let's be realistic with what's going on, and also be understanding pre-existing conditions, everything that's going on.
Right.
That's
And
going
us
on.
as the chamber, we have to be a good leader.
Absolutely.
In
yeah.
that space.
Yep.
And so, until it is completely safe and easy to execute,
Let's make sure.
we're going to stick to Zoom.
And I think that's wise. Okay, last but not least, I want to talk about upcoming big things with the chamber. There's some big things that I know about, but I want you to, whether I know they've already been officially announced, but announce them here and we can share it out. But yeah, anything that is upcoming that we should be aware of. And also, I want to start off by plugging the chamber. We've had fantastic, not just a relationship, but also we've loved being able to be a part of the community. I'm going to just say it, if you're not a part of the chamber, businesses watching, you need to be. It just makes sense. We're an agency that always thought big and outside, and a lot of our clients are outside of the local area. However, local is so important.
Yes.
Especially when it comes to something like a global pandemic.
Yep.
And when it comes to just economy and things that happen in our culture, that if you have a tight local community, you're going to be better off for it. So with that said, I'm plugging it, but also I want you to plug it, and also any upcoming events.
Yes, we have our annual awards coming up, and it's November the 12th, and it came out of necessity because we didn't want to do our typical small business of the year, large business of the year. What does that even mean now? So what we have done is completely reimagined our awards, and we went and we dug deep into what it is, our organization, and it's our core values. So we're going to be giving away 4 awards plus community heroes.
Okay.
So we're going to celebrate some community heroes throughout the pandemic.
That's
so it's
awesome.
all around
Love that.
the last 9 months. And so our core values are innovative, integrity, collaboration, and there's one more that I always...
We're going to check it out on the website.
I know, check it out on our website.
Okay,
And did I say innovation?
Innovation, yeah. I think
Innovation, collaboration, integrity, and there's one other one.
We're gonna
Sorry,
find them,
guys.
but they're
I
good
do
words.
really know our core values. I just
No, it's okay, it's okay,
get
it's
put
okay.
on the spot with
Yeah,
those and miss them all up. However, you can think
You're
of a
pretty
lot
much,
of
there are companies that have been exemplary in these areas that have
in
gone
those
above
areas.
and beyond and just really stepped up.
Inclusivity.
Inclusivity,
That's
there
our
we go,
last
there
one.
we go.
Inclusivity.
Well, we
And
need to make sure we include that.
Yes.
No, that was a really bad pun.
that's okay. I love
Yeah,
bad
yeah,
puns.
yeah,
But
yes.
we want to celebrate the businesses.
I love
So
it.
on our website, it's just a really quick description of what those awards are.
Beautiful.
And it's going to be a multimedia production.
Oh, right on. Very
So
cool.
it's going to be a really cool night.
Very
We're
cool, fun.
encouraging everybody to still dress up.
Cool.
Just as you would.
Excellent.
Top up, probably Zoom.
Top
I
up.
mean, if you want to go Zoom
yeah,
bottoms,
yeah.
whatever.
Zoom bottoms, yeah.
Whatever. But it's going to be our way to have some normalcy.
Yeah.
To the chamber, still celebrate the businesses
Love it.
and what they've accomplished this year, albeit different.
It's been different.
It's been different, and so we don't know what the new norm is. There's not going to be a new norm. So
But
for
we're gonna
right
pivot
now,
to
we're
it.
going to pivot. We're going to
No, I love
have
it.
this great production of an
Good.
event
Good.
to really celebrate these businesses. And so the community heroes, we're looking for nominations for those. Those are people that we wouldn't know about. They don't have to be members of our chamber.
Excellent.
They are somebody that did something great during this time that we want to celebrate.
Okay.
And the cool thing about that is the nominee is the nominator is writes about the nominee.
Oh,
So
very
the nominee
cool.
won't
Very
even
cool.
really know
Oh, that's
that
beautiful.
they're a winner
Beautiful.
or
That's
so.
awesome. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
so we're really excited to bring that.
And when does that event take place?
November the 12th.
Excellent. Is that
And
open to the public?
It's
or
open
is-
to the public.
Okay.
It's free to attend.
Oh,
Our
fantastic.
presenting sponsor is Advent Health Wesley
Oh,
Chapel.
fantastic.
They've come back for the third year on
Great.
that. So
Oh,
we're
that's awesome.
really excited
That's
to
so cool.
have some normalcy
I know,
in
yeah.
celebration of the businesses in our
It's-
community.
I think the key is that it has been a different year. And I think that, we're never promised tomorrow, but this year has been absolutely insane. And I think it's really good that if the businesses have survived through something like this, bring on what's next.
Right.
Because, wow, this is definitely a difficult year for any business.
any
I mean,
business.
schools, restaurants, public locations. I mean, it's been difficult for everyone. So I think that if you can make it through a 2020, you can make it through anything.
Well,
as a
even
business.
for us, the chamber. I
Yeah.
mean, we're a business
Yeah.
ourselves, and when I was in Pensacola, we had just recovered from Hurricane Ivan, and just
Yeah.
I-75 or I-10 had just gotten rebuilt. Then we had the recession. Then we had the oil spill, and then
So
and
it's
I'm
year
like,
after year.
COVID. What?
I know, I know.
We got this.
I know.
We can handle this.
It's
but-
and I think that's one of the. It's a trying year for businesses.
It
They're
is.
worried about overhead. They're worried about payroll. They're worried about all these insurance, all these different things. But when it comes down to it, if you're still going now and it's September, coming into the end of the year, guess what? You can make it.
You're
you
gonna
can
make
it.
we
Just-
and
yeah.
we can do it together.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
that's what's really I want to preach to
partnership
the
and that
partnership to the
collaboration.
community
Yeah, I know.
because our community is phenomenal.
Oh, I love it.
I-
This is the best area. Coming from Pittsburgh, Chicago, I absolutely love this area. Love this
I've
area.
watched other chambers deteriorate, not locally, but in other states because their communities just could not come together during this time.
I know.
And so it was, the onus was on us as the chamber to be that connector.
Agreed.
And
I love
so
I love
very,
that.
very proud
Absolutely love
of
that.
our community and excited to see where we go from here. Because like you said, if we can withstand this fire, we can.
We can get through it.
We can get through it.
And I want to encourage, thank you so much for joining us today. This was so
Absolutely,
exciting.
yeah.
I want to encourage all businesses out there, again, I'm going to reiterate it, that get involved with your community. I don't care if it's whether it's with the chamber or with your local church or community center. Please get involved.
get involved.
This is how we get through this as a culture, as a nation going forward. I want to thank you so much, Hope, for
You're
joining us today.
welcome.
Please check it out. We'll put links in the bio and descriptions. Please check them out. At the very least, give it a shout out. It costs nothing to like, but it also sign up as a member. It's the time now as we come out of this V. When I say V, economics were crazy 3-6 months ago, and now it's starting to bounce. Let's keep the momentum going. Thank you so much, everyone. Make sure you like and follow the chamber. Please, please, please follow the chamber and shout us out online. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great rest of it. Bye-bye.
See you